stuck here. The cops won't bother me. The downside of this bike, as I see it, there's some very weird design flaws. So first of all, the two hoses that attach to this bottom tank are under a bracket. They should have been on top of that bracket, or if they're going to be underneath, they should have made the bracket removable. That would make it world more different in maintenance, much easier. Most likely you're not going to be removing the gas tank a lot on this bike, because that is very reliable from everything I heard. But the fuel pumps do go out on them, and that's a thing that happens often on the Shadows. The fuel pump goes bad, and then of course now you don't have a lot of choices other than aftermarket fuel pumps. As far as other flaws of this bike, there is another one that I think is pretty flawed. There's fuses under here, and these fuses are like the lights, high beams, turn signals, and then there are the ignition and the fan fuses inside of the headlight, and then there's another underneath. So really strange that they made it that way. And there's another thing, because it's leaking coolant because I overfilled it. So down here is the filler for the coolant. I have no idea why they couldn't just make it a little bit more reachable. It's difficult because you have to remove the petcock aside to get to this filler. That makes absolutely no sense to have it there. They should have put that filler slightly this way so you can undo it. It's so weird. Why would they do that? But those are little quirks of the bike. You know, you can't be too angry about it because it is a very old bike. But you know, if you're an engineer, you're going to be picky about these things. Let's start it. Why is it, wow, why it's not, wow, it's not like pushing in. What the hell? Okay. Well, I stopped here, and now I think, see, that's the problem. Now I can't look at my ignition switch that is over here. I think my ignition must have busted. I'm going to try and move it down. Oh, it's so heavy. Okay. I'm going to see if I can jump start it, because I am on a downhill. This is very odd. And then, okay, kickstand up. If not, oh man, yeah, it doesn't want to start. It's in neutral. Got the oil light on, but that's normal. Okay, let's see. And put it in second. It starts up. All right, I guess it's time for us to go home. That is very odd. Okay, so that's one issue that I have. It's not starting up, so definitely can't let it die. Ignition fuse is out. I was hoping it wouldn't be out. Oh, I have my all right, fuel. All right, the fuel, that was a little frightening. You know, it's funny, like the start button just seems like it wouldn't go in, but it doesn't make any sense. Why wouldn't it go in? But I think it's all in my head, because normally you just get the cranking right away. All right, we made it to Damascus. Now we have a couple more miles, like 30 miles. Oh man, I really hope I get home without breaking down on this thing. Well guys, it looks like we made it. Looks like we made it home. We're in the home stretch. I could probably even walk this. All right, we're home. We made it. I'm going to turn off the key. Turn it on. Yep, doesn't start. Well, it's not the fuses. Apertiu daqui. Esta coisa. Tinha mais bico, era melhor. I got it all in there. And now Starts right up. I noticed that like when I was pushing the button before, that was like, it seems like it was stuck. But I figure it might have been my imagination, because you never like really pay attention to how far the button goes. It was going in like that. So it was just a little bit off. And it turns out it's this piece. And I don't know what this is. I guess I could take the switch apart, but the kill switch and the starter work. So I'm not inclined to do anything like that. And the brake switch works. Everything seems to work. So this little piece was in there and broken and rusty. So I have no idea. It looks like some sort of contact, electrical contact. So if you know what it is, post up in the comments below.